guys, this is Taylor and welcome to Library Talk episode 2. I was really surprised and grateful for all the love and positive feedback that the first episode received. I am excited that you're excited about this series and I will continue it for as long as it makes sense to. So the first thing I want to talk about today is some mildly exciting news. I was recently given the opportunity to do my first library staff pick. It might not seem super exciting, but since I'm not an actual librarian, I'm a page, it's kind of an honor to have my taste trusted enough to do an official staff recommendation. So I thought about this literally the whole day I was at work, basically. My first inclination was, of course, to do a favorite, maybe a Murakami or Vonnegut, but then I thought, I should probably do something more accessible. I wanted to pick something that I thought a lot of people would like, but that not a lot of people had actually read, and I ended up going with Know Your Beholder by Adam Rapp. I read this earlier this year and was so pleasantly surprised by it. Really quick, this is about a dude in his 30s who is divorced and he is renting out his childhood home and he's become a little bit of a recluse. However, it is bizarre and hilarious and touching all at once. I'll link to the wrap-up where I talk about this a little bit more, but yeah, this is my very first staff pick. It gets to be displayed in a special section of the library with like a little heart bookmark. It's all very exciting. So now I want to answer some questions from the first episode of Library Talk, the first of which came from my cousin Lynn, hi, who asked a question about library bindings. But then we talked in real life and kind of figured some stuff out. But she did give me the idea to talk about rebound books, aka library bindings. So at a library, you might come across some books with a hard, plain cover and they'll have like a universal white font on the spine. They'll look something like this. These are rebound books or library bindings, and they've been covered with a special mixture of cloth and acrylic to reinforce them or to make them more durable. These are usually paperbacks that we want to make more durable or damaged hardcovers. There are a number of benefits to this practice. It's much cheaper than buying a replacement copy of the book. It makes the book easier to open and safer to photocopy on a machine, and obviously a more durable book is a book that will have a longer shelf life. Now you might want to be careful if you're buying books used online and it specifies that the book you're purchasing is a library binding. This could just mean that it's a former library copy and it just might have some stamps and stickers on it, or it could mean that it's a completely rebound book and it looks nothing like the edition that you want. It's a real wild card term, so be careful with that. Maybe message the seller beforehand. The second question comes from the wonderful Victoria at A Hermit's Progress, who asks, I've always wondered, working in a library, do you get any special treatment when it comes to new releases? And if not, are there any other perks of working in a library? The answer to both is yes and yes. You can place priority holds on an item so that you're first on the list, even if there were patrons who had their names on the list before you. Some staff members actually just take items from processing before they're even in the catalog. I don't tend to do either of those because, as you know, if I'm really anticipating something, I'm just gonna buy it because consumerism. Another big perk for library staff is that my staff library card is incapable of accruing fines at any public library in the state of Connecticut, which seems too powerful. So yes and yes, as a library worker you have incredible access to so many different materials, and that is so awesome and dangerous. And lastly for today, I want to show you some books that I'm either going to check out soon or that I'm thinking about purchasing a copy for myself. One that I'm really on the fence about, I don't know whether to buy a copy or to just check it out, is The Beautiful Bureaucrat by Helen Phillips. This is one that Mercedes loved and raved about. It's like a weird dystopian magical realism sci-fi thing about a mundane office job that gets weird. It's just got my name on it. That's what it sounds like to me. Another one that I have my eye on right now is Sorry, Please, Thank You by Charles Yu. These seem to be quirky, sci-fi themed short stories. Again, 100% me. Also, I'm looking at The Art and Craft of Tea, which is this big, beautiful coffee table book, and it has a little history of tea, some info on the different types and brewing techniques, and I may have already purchased this. And lastly, I will be real with you, I don't know anything about this. I am not familiar with the author, I don't know the plot, but tell me this doesn't look like a book that I would love. Actually, this is exactly why I have a problem. This is why I have 2 million unread books. Alright, I'm going to stop and I'm going to leave you. If you have a question about libraries, about library work, anything you want to see answered in the next installment of Library Talk, please absolutely leave it in the comments down below. I would love to answer it, and if I can't, I will do my best to direct you to someone who can. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye!